Let me take you on a memory lane today for my first international judging gig in Gdansk, Poland. Focus. Hey, welcome to the Knowledge Drop by Focus at the Flow Mode through BBOY.dojo.com and Cypher Studio. People only see the results of your hard work and judge you based on that, but don't really see or know the journey that it took to get there. It's like an iceberg with only the tip of the iceberg is showing above the water. Success is a combination of your whole journey, your ups and your downs, your highs and your lows. So let me take you on a journey to my first international judging gig. I had been breaking for 10 years already. I had been battling internationally for 5 out of them, and I had judged many competitions but only inside of Finland that far. But it wasn't until after the success of 2004 freestyle session that I got booked for my first international judging gig the next year. Setowi, a promoter from Poland, hit me up if I would be down to judge his jam, Pokaż swój styl, Show Your Style, number 3. And I said, yes, let's go. I was down for an adventure. He told me that we could go to Berlin first to watch the Red Bull BC1 World Finals, I think the second edition of all times. Then drive up to Gdansk, north of Poland from there. So I flew to Germany to enjoy the show. And that's really what it was. At the time, we weren't really that used to the 90-minute type or family type event with popcorn and fireworks, making it into a banging show that is short and effective, that BC1 is. We were more used to the long community type events where everybody gets together, ciphers, and has fun together. Today is a norm to turn the finals into a show that is short and effective, but back then it was a little bit unfamiliar at the time. That year there was also mad rumors going around of K-Mo entering the BC1 that year, and Machine was part of the lineup too, so everybody was expecting a high battle between Machine and K-Mo to come up. With all the mystery behind who's going to be a part of the lineup and not, unfortunately that never happened. K-Mo wasn't part of the lineup at the day. Machine killed it on the stage though. Lilo ended up winning the title that year, and I had dope ciphers with Born and Asia 1 in the after party. The next morning we jumped on the car and drove up to Gdansk. Setowi told me it's going to be about 5 hours. Well, it ended up being 13 hours at the back of a small Fiat, I believe, holding my luggage because it was 5 people in the small car and 13 hours one direction. We got there at 3 a.m. at night, and it was a youth hostel with kind of broken windows, some insects on the floor, and dirty ass toilets. And nothing else was open at the time, so we had to stay there that night. On with the show, nevertheless. Next morning got me a new place and a new start for the week. I stayed in Gdansk for the whole week because the jam was on the next weekend, so that meant that I was teaching workshops throughout the whole week in Gdansk. Poland's scene was hungry. They told me at the time there hadn't been any international teachers before that. So I gave them everything that I knew in the workshops, and they sucked the new information and knowledge like a sponge. I got to meet and build with young and motivated, super hungry b-boys that later became internationally known and killed it in battles, such as Kleju and Jarko, for example. I'm so glad for their success in the later years. The jam was packed. Poland's scene was there in the building and brought it. I was judging with Moisex and Pablo from Spain, and besides the ones mentioned before, I had 2 favorites that night. Number 1 was Huher. Huher with the raw energy, simply gave no mercy, rough and rugged, incredible style. And the second one was Bartas, who also ended up winning the whole event. His form was already super dope, he was creative, and his flow was amazing. Simply super well put, and he killed it throughout the whole night. Never repeated, came up with new stuff and kept it consistent throughout the whole night. Looking back, I'm super thankful for Setowi for making it happen. This was my first judging gig outside the country, and ever since that I've judged in over 50 countries all around the world. And this was the start of that journey. It's been super inspirational to see the Polish scene grow and become international. To see, for example, Polski Flavor kill it in the finals of Freestyle Session and Outbreak and Legis Blast. That's simply amazing. And the next generation is coming up again. Anybody aiming to do the same? Remember, it doesn't happen overnight. You have to stay consistent with your work for years. But if you love breaking with a passion, you're gonna enjoy every single minute of it. Shit, it took me 10 years to get my first international judging gig. Patience is key. Next up, join my free workshop at BBOYDojo.com. Knowledge Drop is out. Peace.